So Linda, did you hear about the rancher that got the visit from the labor department just north of here?
No.
Yeah, the guy showed up, he knocked on the door, and the old rancher come to the door, and he said, I've got reports that you're underpaying your help here, and you know, the complaints have got to be addressed, so I need to know who works for you and how much they make, how they're compensated and all. And he says, well, I've got my main ranch hand here. He said, I pay him $1,200 a month, plus his room and board out in the bunkhouse out there, and most of his meals. And he said, I've got a cook, and the cook makes $1,000 a week, and he gets his room and board, and of course his meals and everything. He said, I got a few other hands around here that just do miscellaneous work, and they're $800 a week in room and board. He said, but I do have this one nimwit that makes about $18 a day and pays his own room and board. He said, the only thing is, no time off, but I do give him a bottle of bourbon every Saturday night, and he spends time with my wife occasionally. And the old labor department guy says, well, I need to talk to him. He said, $18 a day is not going to get it, paying his own stuff and all. He said, well, you're talking to him. No high five? No. That wasn't a good one?
No.
Guy out there, a rancher beside him, thought that he had 100 head of cattle to take into the market. He went out and counted them, and he only had 97. So he just rounded them up.
Get behind that one. That was a good one. That was a good one.
Guy driving down the road, and he passes this old ranch, and got a sign out front of the house that said, "Talking dog for sale."
Yeah.
And he said, well, that's unusual, and he fancied himself to be like the pickers on TV or something. So he goes up, knocks on the door, and the guy comes to the door, and he says, you got a talking dog for sale? He said, yeah, go on around back, see for yourself, and come on back if you want. So he goes around, and there's this dog just sitting by his dog house there, and he walks up to him and said, you talk? He said, yeah, I talk. What of it? And the guy just looks at him like, wow, this is a talking dog.
Yeah.
He says, well, what's your story? He said, well, apparently talking dogs are a little bit unusual, and when I found out that I was like the only one ever, I decided to do something good. So I went to the CIA and told them, hey, I'm a talking dog. So he said, they put me to work immediately. I became an agent for them, and I would go into these meetings acting like I'm a service dog or something, and I would sit, and then when our ambassador would leave, I could stay in there and listen to everything. He said, I got so many secrets. He said, I did that for 8 years. And he said, but all the travel and everything, dog years, all the travel just wore me out. So I quit that job, and I come back and decided just to go to work for the airport and security there. And I'd see somebody suspicious, and I just kind of walk over and listen to them. And he said, I did that for 3 or 4 years, but I really am getting up there in age. So I come on home and got a wife. He said, I got puppies all over the place, everything's good, and I'm retired now. I just sit out here and I do nothing. So the guy said, okay, great. He went back around, knocked on the door. Guy came back to the door, and he said, I don't know, why are you selling this dog so cheap? I mean, he talks like crazy. He said, but he's a liar. He's never left this property.
That was also a good one. You ready to go?
Yeah. Let's hit the road, Jack.
Okay.
Linda, we're here at the
Canyon Street Grill. What city is this?
This is West Yellowstone,
And
Montana.
And you're eating that gum hot dog. I'll tell you what. Just got here. Pulled in, set the camp up, and said, let's go find us a little cafe and have lunch.
That's right.
So we're going to go ahead when we leave here and ride into the park just for a few minutes. Since we have our senior cards and we don't have to pay every time we go in. So we'll see them later.
So this is what we got here. Oh my gosh, you guys, the traffic is stopped. And so, oh my gosh, I don't know if you could see it.
I'm gonna have to shut my door now because they're right here on top of us. We got buffalo holding up the traffic. Talk to me, Linda.
Wow, so beautiful.
Anything better to do there, brother?
Oh my gosh. Oh, on my side too.
Oh no. Oh no, tell me we're not. Oh no, we're surrounded. Hello, dude. All right, we're going.
I don't. We have another. This is the third group of them coming down the road. I've never seen such a thing.
There's a little calf hiding in there.
So sweet.
Little calf right there. How y'all doing?
All right, Linda, where are we at?
Oh my gosh, this is our first geothermal in Yellowstone, and it is so cool. Over there's some animals we're going to see in a few minutes, but this is so cool.
Exactly. And what are you shooting with today?
Oh, this is my early birthday present. It's my new camera.
Exactly. So this right here may never see the light of day. It's just a backup in case there's a learning curve on this new camera. But here we go. We're fixing to see things pretty. There's Linda shooting pictures and videoing this little eruption of hot springs and a little semi-eruption of hot springs.
So this is another geothermal area. It's just a big one. This is making steam for a long ways back. You can see this for a long ways back. Super cool. You can also smell this one.
All right, so Linda, we're here, and we both filmed the activity behind us, but this little steam coming right out of the ground here. The one thing that, no matter what kind of camera you have or anything, it can't tell you is what it smells like. That's not fresh air coming out.
No, it's minerals. It's almost sulfur, but not quite. But also what is kind of cool, I don't know if you're going to be able to tell it on film, but on the wood, on the pilings here,
Oh yeah.
it's made a bluish
Yeah.
tint. It's super interesting.
What's this place called?
This is called Roaring Mountain.
And it's just on the way up to Mammoth
Yeah.
Hot Springs. But look at it. This is steam just seeping through.
Isn't that so pretty?
It's unbelievable, yeah. Snow on the ground. I think we mentioned that this is the 25th of May. And this is what we got. But yeah, this is just awesome. Look at this. Right this minute, we got a little sun coming through. Beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous. Okay, so this is Linda. We've just stopped here, and this is what we've been filming with. But what we're looking at across the way there is our first shot at elk. And right there's a buffalo, and right there is a line of elk walking outside the wood line. Is that elk, Linda? It is elk.
Yeah.
All right, very good. Mountains behind it. Mountains over here.
They're moving.
Yeah, they're moving. So this is what it looks like where we're at here. Alright, we're at the top of Mammoth Hot Springs, and you can see down there by the steam coming off that there's little pots up here. You can see the mountain back there. A little pot right there. Can you see that little hole? It's just waiting to build up, kind of like a geyser, and it'll come out when it's ready. And then over the top it goes, down to the little community that is Mammoth Hot Springs.
Different color. It's pure white.
With little bits of turquoise at the
Yeah.
little basins there.
Yeah. I want to show you this perspective because it's kind of going to be different when we go a little bit further down.
This is our walk down here to Mammoth Hot Springs. And here we go. Let's see if we can get a better view. See that spot right there is dry because it's just built up with the sediments that's been dropped. And it's just little tiny little pools that spill into the next one. And it's just crazy. And I guess then as it continues its flow, it'll come right around here. And again, it's coming up here. And this is it.
I wish you guys could smell this. It just is, it's sulfur, but not in a bad way. It's a kind of a healing sort of smell. Medicinal, but good. It's the craziest waterfall I've ever seen.
at another little hot spring, but the color of this one is just unbelievable, a turquoise. And then I don't know if you can see the water coming down. I'm sure that Linda has got a better video, but this is just really unbelievable. Hey, Linda, we just stopped on the side of the road.
Yeah.
And you're going to take a few videos, but
Yeah.
I'm going to sit down here just for the pure fun of it, just because I'm an amateur.
Oh my gosh.
This is crazy. Right over there, that big white thing is Mammoth Hot Springs that we were just at a little while ago. And then you come on around, and we just came over that bridge on our way to Tower in Yellowstone National Park. Seriously.
Unbelievable.
Terry,
Yes.
can you tell everybody where we're at?
Oh, yeah, I can tell you. We're at the upper falls of the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone. And it's kind of a Grand Canyon, and it's kind of upper falls, and it's right here in Yellowstone. So I think it meets all the promises that it made.
You guys, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
What are you doing? Just sitting here eating an ice cream, a Nutty Buddy, on the grass with all these little flowers around. But I want to make sure that we point out a few things. We're not the only ones that have been here.
We're having a break. Other creatures have had a break here as well. But we're being very careful where we're sitting.
That's right. Some people are just laying in it. And there's the mountains behind us, and that is grand. What's the name of that place? Mammoth Hot Springs.
Mammoth Hot
Mammoth
Springs.
Hot Springs, right back there. And
It's a beautiful day in Yellowstone.
it is. Our day is. We've gone to the greatest of our destinations, and now we're heading back because of the time of year and the road conditions. We can't make the loop, so we're going to have to turn around and go back now where we've come from, and that's okay because you can never get tired of seeing it.
No, you don't. And you see, it's something different. Like right up the road here a little bit, we had just come from this grassy area. We turned around and went back because we were going to eat our lunch. And when we went back, there were elk. So every time you look the second time, it looks different.
You got it.
Peace.
Peace out.
first got into Yellowstone. As you saw in the video, we were talking while we ate that we were going to go in that night. And believe it or not, we did. We left the restaurant, we drove through the gate, showed them our little old people passes, and the lady said, you got two choices. You can drive on in and get in line with everybody else and wait 4 or 5 or 6 hours because there's been a rock slide. And there was a rock slide the first night that we got there, so we left and we went back the next day. But that is just the nature of Yellowstone. First thing first is to say a big thank you to Teddy Roosevelt, who had the forethought and wisdom in 1903 to create Yellowstone as the first national park. I can't imagine, you know, that being 118, 19 years ago, what this place would be like now had development and everything been able to go in there. So a big thank you for that. The other thing is, this is a first for us because it is the first of 2 videos, because we just couldn't get it in here and keep it to any kind of a time limit that we would expect people to sit and watch. So this is our first of 2 Yellowstone videos, and there really is that much to see and do.
There really is. Oh, Yellowstone is the most diverse place ever. So many different landscapes, so many different features, geological features, the geothermals, the waterfalls, the mountains, the pastures, the rocks. It's just the most amazing place ever. The different kinds of animals. So we decided to break it up into 2. The next video you'll see different animals, different, you won't even recognize it based on the video that you just saw. So please join us on that, because you're going to see some really cool different things.
And we will talk after that one and let you hear what we have to say as we finish up what we've done at Yellowstone. So until then,
Peace.